Hey guys, Mike Cameron here with another video. So last week we started talking about thoughts and how thoughts create emotions. And how thoughts don't necessarily reflect truth and reality, even though our emotions say they do, with the strong feelings that we get about them, creating distorted thoughts. And how when we work through the distorted thoughts, we can actually break free of the hold that the thoughts and the emotions have on us. That's what I want to do in this week's lesson. I want to give you guys a practical way of how to break free, but also I want to give you a way to train your mind to work better for you, so you have a more freeing life, a more satisfying life, a happier, peaceful, successful life. So let's get to it. When it comes to distorted thoughts that don't reflect reality, it can be hard to pinpoint which thoughts are real and which ones are distorted, because they all seem real and valid, especially in the beginning. Usually when a negative feeling comes up, it can indicate distorted thoughts, and it is a great place to start to investigate the thoughts either way. Not all negative emotions reflect distorted thoughts, however. So say you just broke up with someone you really loved, but you're just heartbroken. And you started thinking, I really love this person, I miss them, I want them back in my life. There's no distortion there. That's a realistic thought. It makes sense. But if you started thinking, I'm never going to meet anybody ever again that'll make me feel this way. I'm all alone. I'm unlovable. There's something wrong with me. I need this person's love in order to feel good. Nobody cares about me. These are all distorted thoughts. Now, realistic thoughts, they can feel painful, they can feel uncomfortable, but distorted thoughts take it a step further. They create this stuckness, which actually intensifies pain and makes it seem longer. It makes us hold on to the situation so it lasts longer, and it affects our self-esteem. So thought replacement, the skill I want to teach you guys, helps us to jump out of those distorted thoughts and their emotions, promoting better feelings. However, the transformation really happens when we practice this daily, because we are literally training our minds to think this way naturally, to think in more freeing and satisfying ways that are very similar to the most successful people on the planet, or the people that actually go after the things they want in life and become the people that they want to become. And if we can think and feel in those ways, it's easier to act and behave in those ways. But you can't do that with every single thought. That would drive you crazy, and it's impossible. So just do 3 to 5 in a day. That's what I do. Unless I'm really upset, then I may do over 10. You could do that too. Now I'm just going to go through the basics, but if you want more information, more details, I would pick up this book. David D. Burns' book, The Feeling Good Handbook. He is very good with description and his way of presenting information. And also, in order to figure out if thoughts are distorted, we have to understand the distortion categories, which I will read from his book. All or nothing thinking. You see things in black or white categories. If a situation falls short of perfect, you see it as a total failure. Overgeneralization. You see a single negative event, such as a romantic rejection or a career reversal, as a never-ending pattern of defeat by using words such as always or never when thinking about it. Mental filter. You pick out a single negative detail and dwell on it exclusively, so that your vision of all of reality becomes darkened. Discounting the positive. You reject positive experiences by insisting they don't count. Jumping to conclusions. You interpret things negatively when there are no facts to support your conclusion. The subcategories, mind reading. Without checking it out, you arbitrarily conclude that somebody is reacting negatively to you. Fortune telling. You predict that things will turn out badly. Before a test, you may tell yourself, I'm really going to blow it. What if I flunk? If you're depressed, you may tell yourself, I'll never get better. Magnification. You exaggerate the importance of your problems and shortcomings or minimize the importance of your desirable qualities. Emotional reasoning. You assume that your negative emotions necessarily reflect the way things are. Should statements. You tell yourself that things should be the way you hoped or expected them to be. Labeling. Labeling is an extreme form of all or nothing thinking. Instead of saying, I made a mistake, you attach a negative label to yourself. I'm a loser. You might also label yourself a fool, a failure, or a jerk. Labeling is quite irrational because you are not the same as what you do. Personalization and blame. Personalization occurs when you hold yourself personally responsible for an event that isn't entirely under your control. With blame, we do the opposite, where we blame other people for our circumstances or our problems and overlook ways that we might be contributing to the problem. And so those are the distortion categories. So let's put this into action. So the way that I like to go about it is not the same as what's in the book. It may not be as in detailed, thus maybe not as beneficial, but it's still effective. It's still good at getting out of those thoughts and the emotions. And the most important thing is it's quick, which is important for me because I get busy and I may not have a lot of time to go through a detailed thought process. So I utilize a spiral notebook, which I got at the dollar store for maybe like $1.50. And I would write down all of my thoughts, and then I would work through them one at a time. So we're going to look through some of the thoughts that I wrote down. I shouldn't have eaten all that sugar the last 2 days. I'm trying to be healthy. The distortion is should. Why? Because I'm saying I shouldn't do something. The method I want to use is the semantic method, which is really just about changing the wording to something more realistic and more tolerable. The replacement is, I wanted to stick to my healthy goal, but I fell off the last 2 days and I can get back on starting now. Number 2, again with the sugar. I'm a complete failure. I gave in to the cravings. The distortion is all or nothing, because I'm saying that because I didn't follow it 100%, that I failed. It's also a label because I'm labeling myself as a failure. The method I want to use to replace the thought is the examine the evidence method. And the replacement that I came up with was, I failed with my goal 2 out of 5 days so far, but have succeeded 3 of those days. I may have failed a couple of times, but it doesn't make sense that my entire being is a failure because of that. Number 3, I'm such a loser. I can never stick to my goals. The distortion, label, because I'm calling myself a loser, and I can never stick to my goals is all or nothing because I'm not doing it 100%. What I want to use to replace that thought is called the defined terms method. And the thought replacement I came up with was, a loser is someone who screws up all the time and never sticks to his or her goals. Well, that can't be me because I have times where I succeed and times I don't. Times I stick to my goals and times where I'm not. Number 4, I just spent so much money. I just screwed myself. I'm not going to have enough to get by. The distortion, it's magnification. Because I am magnifying that I spent so much money and making it seem bigger than it is. The method I want to use for the replacement is examine the evidence again. And the replacement I came up with was, I have $675 in my savings, which is almost covers my rent. I still get paid 2 more times this month. I could take money out of my savings if I had to. I have food in the fridge, money for fun events. I don't have dire situations where I have to spend lots of money right now. I'm safe. And number 5, I know meditation is my goal, but I'm too stressed. It's only going to stress me out more. The distortion is emotional reasoning. because I'm feeling stressed and I'm concluding that meditation is stressful. I'm going to use the examine the evidence method again for this one. And the replacement I came up with was, I came in feeling stressed. I'm looking at meditation concluding it's stressful because of how I already feel. I don't need to want to do something in order to do it, and I find most times I start to feel better after doing things that are good for me. So that's pretty much the gist of how to do it. And all the methods that I used to come up with the replacement thoughts came from the Feeling Good Handbook. And there's actually more ways to do it. So you can have more variety and be more effective even. So can you start to see how changing your thoughts can actually make you feel better? How being more in reality can calm you down? And can you see how that can be beneficial to your life? If you were to just think that way naturally after practicing for a while, what would your life be like? What would you be like after practicing that? And some of you that are watching this may think, that's not going to work. I've tried everything. That's a good thought to start off with. So if you think about it, you probably haven't tried every single thing on the planet. There's your all or nothing thinking. And if you're already feeling negative and thinking in terms of negativity with something else without checking it out, that's emotional reasoning. So maybe you want to consider doing the cognitive behavioral therapy stuff. Anyways, and if you guys get stuck on thoughts, you can always send them my way and I can do my best to help you out. I can give you other examples too, if you want. Let me know in the comments section, and I'll put bonus videos up for that. Anyway, so that's my video. If you like it, please give me a big thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. And again, share this with people you think that would really benefit from it. Help me help them. Alright, until next video, bye. Hey guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already seen last week's, click on the video below and watch it now. Thanks for watching.